Hi, I'm Rachel Gaskin and you're watching ECITV.
Here we go. Episode Sweet 16 and never been missed. Welcome along.
We missed you last week.
Oh, that's because I retired.
Yeah,
but retirement on history.
Michael's fee was too high, so we had to bring it back.
I'm not surprised. It's all that exchange rates and everything with New Zealand. So. Anyway, everyone, welcome along to episode 16 of ECITV. How are you, mate?
Good. Yourself?
Pretty good. All fresh after our power outage or fishing trip or whatever it was last week. So
Power outage.
Yeah. So anyway, let's kick it off.
Yeah, so we've got lots of stuff to discuss this week. You missed it last week when you were sunbaking in the Bahamas, but the National Series has been cancelled and we started to plan lots of road trips based around that. So it looks like we're going to miss out until possibly Tasmania when they have the Nationals, hopefully late November, early December. So all you Victorians out there, don't spoil it for us. We're counting on you to make it possible for us to get out in the van and go for a drive.
It's so disappointing because obviously we're screaming for content for road trips and everything, and just can't wait to get on the road so we can bring a few laughs everyone's way.
Yeah. So we do have planned to record races and interviews and that sort of thing. So once we get on the road, the show might even change its flavour quite a bit. We'll be getting sick of looking at Gary's jersey collection by the end of it.
Yeah, but yeah, so all we can do is live in hope, and let's see if we can everyone do the right thing and we can get back racing very, very soon.
So Gary, we did talk briefly about the ECI hoodies last week. Do you want to show off the hoodie?
So these have arrived in stock now, along with a fresh load of t-shirts. We have beanies and a few puffer vests coming next week. But yeah, so these are available now, $59 and $59.99, I think they are, and yeah, good range of sizes from extra small up to triple extra large because they are a slim fit. So.
And people can buy those through ECIimports.com?
Certainly can, straight onto the website and there to purchase.
And I'd forgotten about Paul's birthday last week. So when the show was on last Saturday, it was Paul's birthday. So happy belated birthday to Paul, our in-house tech guru.
Sweet, bro.
Sweet, bro. Talking about New Zealand and sweet bros, the New Zealand BMX Association, so BMX New Zealand, have rescheduled their national championships to the 24th to the 25th of October. So normally that's over the Easter weekend. So fingers crossed for those guys. Everything goes to schedule and they can have their national championships this year.
Good luck across the ditch.
So we've got some new products coming out soon, Gary.
We've got a couple of new products on the move at the moment. The new Elevn brand chromo tapered steerer fork, or it's actually a straight steerer, but it's got a large bottom race and remodeled to suit the tapered steerer frames. So we've got an image of that being shown at the moment, and they're available in 20mm dropout and 10mm dropout. So they'll be available very shortly at ECI. Also, new Insight stems coming in to suit a 31.8 clamp a bar, with the oversized bars coming soon as well in the Insight brand, which is a good quality, affordable brand. Also, we've got the Icon rims. Now, the Icon rims have been out for a little while in carbon, but they're actually bringing out a range now in alloy. We'll put all the details on the screen along with the color range available. They are in a braked or brakeless version. So if you want to run disc brakes, the front rim looks awfully good, front and rear. So you match up the stickers quite well. But yeah, they're a good looking rim that's out of the BRG headquarters again. So the new Icon alloy rims coming in. Your turn.
My turn. So Gary found an image on Instagram, which is, I guess, a spy photo from profile. So it appears they have a new tie driver with two bearings instead of a bearing and a bush, and a new tie axle. But there's very, very little information. We both went hunting through Profile's website, and Gary, being a Profile distributor, didn't even know about these. So we'll have to see if we can find out, because those were mountain bike driver and axle. We'll have to see if they can do something for the BMX crowd. And yeah, I'll get Gary to get onto that and see if we can find out any more information.
Watch this space.
So that's for the AC2 hub, I think I failed to mention.
Okay. Alienation also have a new foothold thermoplastic pedal coming out, and they've got stainless steel replaceable pins. They're available in 4 colours. Unfortunately, black's sold out at the moment. So we do have pink, orange and red coming in. But I know our tech guru, Paul Knox, is mad keen for these to land. So these should be available in about a week. So I'll watch this space. I haven't got a price or anything on them yet. But yeah, they should be here very soon.
Supercross have a anniversary 6-bar Supercross 250 chromoly frame coming out, and the 6-bar has 2 sets of seat stays. So the rear end looks very different to current race frames, but it's very much a signature look for Supercross. So they're pre-sale only. So if you want this prestige tubing, modern race geometry, sort of modern version of a BMX classic frame, contact your dealer at supercrossbmx.com.au and get in soon, because these things are going to ship later this month.
Sweet.
So that's it for new products, Gary. You managed to talk to Ross Harland about the closure of Krankit this week.
Certainly did. It seems a little bit of a flavour of the month almost, with an interview 2 weeks ago with Andrew Jackson at RJP announcing his closure. We also heard on the grapevine that Ross was closing down Krankit after some 14 years. So I had the opportunity to jump online with Ross and have a bit of a chat. So we'll cut across to that now and be back soon. Anyway, I'd just like to welcome Ross Harland from Krankit BMX, or what was Krankit BMX, to just to get the insight as to the closure of Krankit, unfortunately. So welcome along to ECITV, Ross.
Cheers, guys. Thanks for that, man. Yeah, so the closure, or what's eventuated in the closure, has probably been a fair while coming.
Yes.
So Krankit started, I suppose, like most smaller businesses, because I was after some funds so that my own 2 boys could travel. That, turned into a fairly decent sized pro shop over the years. My boys now are 25 and 22, or 26 and 23 this year. So, they stopped. I think Gage stopped when he was 17 and Jared when he was 15. So they haven't been in the sport for a long time.
Yep.
So yeah, I mean, we've basically been going, and I've struggled to close it because I just couldn't do it to the riders. And to be honest, the last 5 years, I've pretty much run it solely for the riders. Obviously, you're not in business to lose money, and we obviously make profit, but I just throw as much as I can back in.
Because you do have a massive team. You do support a lot of riders and support a lot of events and everything.
Yeah, definitely. I think the biggest we were at one stage, we had a factory team of 3 riders, a performance team of, I think it was up to like 17 or something, 15 or 17. And then we had a grassroots team as well. But yeah, everyone would know the struggles that runs a team, trying to run 1 or 2 riders, let alone 20 plus. So, but it's fun. I mean, I love the kids, and I've got, like everyone in BMX, we've got lifelong friends that are now like family. And I mean, those kids, to see people like the Alex Camerons and like Ben Hidalgo, having a baby, and just it's so good because you get to meet those guys when they're like 12 or 13, and
Oh, you're a big
Having
part
families.
of life. Yeah.
Now they're telling us what to do.
So Krankit's officially closed as of now, or as from the 1st of July?
Yeah. So basically, obviously, with the accounts, it just made sense to stop it on the 30th of June. I tried selling it. I didn't want to, BMX circles alike. I mean, rumours and stuff like that. So I tried to do it quietly and offer it to a few people. I wanted the team to keep running, basically. But no one put their hand up because we're primarily online and a pro shop.
Yes.
So I think all the fathers out there that were interested also had a day job as well. And I know firsthand what it's like to be up at 1 a.m. packing orders.
Yeah.
It gets crazy. And to do a pro shop, I was pretty honest with people and said, look, you're packing for the event Thursday, Friday night. You're there for 2 days, and then you spend 2 days unpacking and cleaning to then do it the next weekend, and you get one night off.
Yeah.
It just made sense to close it on the 30th. I've still got a load of stock. We're actually having a big live Facebook sale this Saturday.
Okay. So do you want to promote that? So that's on...
Yeah, it's on my personal page.
Okay.
I've made the event public. A lot of people have been sharing it.
Yep.
There's going to be some bottom dollar items.
We'll make sure we put the link up on the screen here for you. So.
Absolutely. So yeah, it is a public event, but anyone that wants to just shoot me a friend request to make sure that they do see it come up. But it's on from 11 o'clock on Saturday morning, and it'll just basically go as a claim sale until everything's gone, or until I've run through everything anyway.
So that's tomorrow morning?
Tomorrow morning, yeah.
Okay.
Actually, yeah, tomorrow, Saturday, yeah.
Okay, well, this won't go to air until Saturday night, unfortunately. So
No
we'll try and post something tonight to give you a bit of promo on it.
Not a worry.
So you were distributing Croupy as well?
Yeah, absolutely. So when I started, I started as a sole trader back in 2004.
Yep.
And approached Croupy, gave him the big spiel on what I wanted to do. Basically, at the time, my eldest had just got his first frame, and from Jim at Bundaberg Supercycles.
Yep.
And back in those days, there was just Jim and Bunny over at BB.
Yes.
They were the two dealers, importers, and I approached Greg who had just taken over Croupy, Greg's Swinger Over, and we went from there. Basically, at the time, I think there was a bit of stigma around the brand that it was a kids brand, and the current teams were, in Australia especially, were either female riders or young riders.
Yep.
Apart from the likes of Lee Darrell at the time, but really back in those days, Lee was still quite young. So my aim was to get older riders on there as well, get a pretty hot team going over the years.
You've done extremely well with the brand. Is anyone taking Croupy over, taking the distributorship, or?
Well, the upshot of what happened was that there were three of us as dealers for quite some years, and then BMX Mad came on as a fourth deal. And then within a matter of a year, there was then 7 dealers, and we're all importing. So then I approached Croupy, and at the same time, they were going to have discussions with me anyway to become the distributor. So just at one central point to look after Australia and New Zealand.
Mm-hmm.
So at the moment, there still are dealers splattered around because it all went back to a dealer network 12 months ago.
Yep.
Unfortunately, it's a business decision that Croupy had to make. But obviously, having not one central point made it difficult for me as well.
I know. About 20 years ago, we were distributing Croupy. Through Greg Swingover, and at that stage he was going direct as well, and that's part of the. I think that was when he decided to go direct as well as through a distributorship, and that's when we sort of parted ways with Greg back back in those days, but that's
Yeah.
that's a long time ago. Well, not a lot of people realise that Greg Swingover is actually the S out of S&M.
Exactly, I know.
And a lot of people don't realise that Swingover and Moeller was the original founders of S&M. So
yeah, exactly. I was actually reading through a speech I'd done for my first team nationals dinner for the team.
Yep.
Back in, I think it was the first nationals at Shepparton.
Okay.
So that 2014 or something around there. And I was reading through the speech and I had the big spiel on like who is Greg, where he'd come from, and I had the little photo of his business registration in there for S&M.
Yeah, it's incredible, isn't it? There's a lot of history there, that's for sure. So,
everything goes around.
Oh, that's it. Look, I'm sure there's a lot of people you really want to thank and everything. And I'll keep this fairly short and sweet. I don't know if there's anything else you would like to cover, but it's more just the fact of getting you on ECITV just so you can put your point across and let everyone know. And so is there anyone in particular you want to thank?
Yeah, look, there's been a lot of influential people that I've dealt with. Probably the biggest is Greg. Sat in his lounge room many times over the years. Been fortunate enough to visit him a few times. And then he came out in 2009 for Nationals in Adelaide, or World Title, sorry, in Adelaide. Really honest and straight up relationship. I think I've taught him a fair bit about business as well, and it's gone both ways. As far as other pro shops, I think the biggest thing for everyone to realise, and I know there's all this stuff, buy from your local shop, buy from your pro shop, support your importer, all that type of thing. But I just don't think the general punter out there realises how well all the pro shops get on with each other.
Yeah, I agree.
Like at every event we can go to, if it's an overnight event, I mean, we'd tie up as many times as we could to have dinner with Brett Williams and Mick Peen and Jan. Yep. Tony Midgley up in Queensland, just funny. So many of the guys, and everyone helps each other. No one treads on each other for sales. If they want to sell one of my things, I send it, vice versa. But in saying that, Mick at Speed Effects, what a selfless guy. Like, he has helped me so many times in just advice for the business.
Yep.
What sells, what doesn't sell, what he's proven. Because he had a larger size pro shop in a few years in front of us, on us, and just stand up guy, man. Yeah, I can't rave enough about Mick. Love the guy. My team, man, they're just like family, and blessed to have riders like Alex and Miller Rux, Jess McCormack, Ollie Moran. Over the years, I think it's about 60 riders we've had come through the factory and performance team. And I think I estimate it's over 270 riders that we've somehow co-sponsored, supported through other teams. But yeah, every one of them, the phone's just been going off the hook the last few days, messages, people I haven't heard from for a long time. And the best thing is people that had nothing to do with my team, just people that enjoyed coming into the pro shop and having a chin wag and spending $10, So
must be an emotional time for you.
It is. Literally, I've taken some of these calls on the way home in the car and text messages on the way to work, and to be honest, I tear up every time. They're like family, so I can't wait for the after party once all this bloody COVID bullshit's finished.
Well, you let anyone from Victoria up there to celebrate with you. We've made a mess of it.
All the dirty Mexicans have got to stay on the other side of the border at the moment.
Look, I'm sure I speak on behalf of everyone else that's had dealings with you, Ross, that we appreciate all the effort you've put in. It's a massive effort to run a pro shop, a massive effort that you've achieved. It's there's quite a few pro shops. We interviewed Andrew Jackson from RJP, who's closed down. Yep. There's Brett Williams, you mentioned before, who's got out of it and sold his business. There's Don from Oxley Cycles, who's getting out of it, and the list goes on. So people don't realise it is a lot of hard work, and so yeah, I thank you for all the effort you've done and the hard work you've put into it, because you have established a really good brand. So.
Likewise, thank you for your support over the years, mate.
No, that's okay, Ross. Anytime. Yeah, thank you very much, and if there's anything we can do to help, let us know, mate.
We'll catch up for a beer when we finally get those borders open.
Okay, Ross. Thanks very much, mate.
Cheers, mate. See ya.
Cheers. Bye-bye. Anyway, thanks very much, Ross, for taking the time on that. It's look, it's quite an emotional time for Ross. It was. I thought he was actually going to choke up a couple of times during the interview, because he does feel deep passion towards his riders, and a fantastic guy. So it's a shame to see Krankit close down, but I don't think people realise the workload that's associated with running a pro shop, and sometimes the small returns. So look, good luck to Ross with whatever he goes on with, but thanks for spending the time with us, and keep in mind he's got a bit of a sale going, so jump on and grab whatever he's got and whatever he's clearing out at some great prices. Thanks again, Ross.
It is sad. It's definitely a sign of the times. It's weird, like online sales seem to take over from the bricks and mortar store a while ago, and so you get a lot of big bricks and mortar store that don't carry stock of BMX race gear, so it makes it harder and harder to get your hands on that stuff. And with these guys that would sell trackside all disappearing, it's not going to be a case where you had a choice of where you could buy your stuff from trackside. I mean, I remember going to a race meeting at Canberra, the National Series race. They didn't have a pro shop at all last year, I think it was. So that might become the new norm, unfortunately.
Well, so, even when we ventured up to Bathurst recently for the last race meeting that we attended, there was no pro shop or anything there, and that was a large event. So yeah, it is a dying sort of a dying situation, unfortunately.
So good luck with Ross in the future, and hopefully somebody steps up.
Yeah. Here we go. The answer of BMX, show us your bike. I remember the answer this time. Okay, we're kicking it off with Alex Pendergrass out of Lilydale BMX Club. Resides in King Lake and was a member of BSX for a while until they ended up moving over to Lilydale. The bike details as a frame Haro Race Light Mini 2019 with Haro forks, alienation rims, and Haro hubs. About the bike, Alex loved that it was a fast kid's bike and reckons it will make him fast as well. He loves that the hubs, the blue hubs and lines match his answer pedals. Okay, yep.
I think that must mean the graphics on the frame match.
Yeah, that's what it is. He also likes that it's good for jumping tabletops. Alex is in the 7 sprockets. He's been riding for 2 years. His first track was BSX 2.0, 1 week after starting on pedals. So what's BSX 2.0?
So we've had 2 BMX tracks, 2 different locations. So that was the Blythe's backyard. We refer to that as BSX 2.0. So it's been fun having Alex and the whole family basically progressing on BSX tracks, and you can see they're got the skills when they go to the bigger tracks.
Yeah, perfect. That's a good looking, fairly standardised sort of rig, but a good looking bike, isn't it? Haro's done a great job there, straight out of the box. It looks like.
Yeah.
Okay, moving right along. This can be for you, Shane.
Okay, so this is Bentley Duffy. So he's from the Happy Valley Club, lives in Adelaide in South Australia, a place close to our heart. The bike is an Ice F118 Black Pearl. Now, I've only ever seen these things in black, so they're a really nice looking rig. It has the Ice SWAT 2.0 forks, which I believe are carbon fork. And the wheels are carbon resolution rims and ice hacker hubs. He says about this bike, my last bike was a hand-me-down from my older brother. So when my dad said we were going to put a new custom bike together, I was very excited, as you will be. I'd never seen an ice frame before, but when my dad showed it to me, I loved it. I love how the black color changes in the sunlight and how the frame works and rims just complement each other. Wow, that's a massive sticker on that front rim. How's that?
Isn't it huge?
Like, wow, you'd see him from miles away. So in our additional information here, I love how the bike also matches my Boss Differentials BMX Race Team jersey, and I can't wait to show off my new bike to my team. So this is another one of those COVID builds by the sounds of things where they haven't actually been able to race with it yet. And it's loaded with box and ice parts. So what were we discussing earlier? The ice distributor is Speed FX, so there's quite a few drug references there.
It's a real stealth looking bike, isn't it? That's a cool rig. I'd love to see it in the sunlight. From what he was saying in regards to the fact that it changes colour in the sunlight, Bentley would it'd be a great thing to see. It's hard, you just can't appreciate that in a photo, but yeah, good looking bike, really neat. I don't know what the Boss side of things is, but obviously a local team.
Yeah, so there's a local team. Sharon, why can't I think of her surname off the top of my head? We talked about her just a few weeks ago, and her father have a team that they run with a whole bunch of local South Australian guys. I've gone completely.
Okay, similar to the Rad team type thing.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Fantastic. He looks very happy. I can't believe the size of the smile on his face. That's crazy. Okay, moving right along. Madison Pedgrass, again out of Lilydale and King Lake. This is a frame is a Redline Proline with a Redline forks, front Alex Sun Rim Redline hubs. About the bike, Madison was lucky enough to win this bike at BSX 2015 raffle. People don't realise that there's some fantastic prizes at BSX, and yeah, this particular year, Redline bike was up, and I know Scotty from Redline supports BSX tremendously and quite often puts a bike up.
Thanks, Scotty. Thanks, Scotty.
Yeah, it's taken a while for her to grow into it. She loves her purple Answer grips and purple Snafu pedals. She loves that they go with the black and white bike. Madison rides 9 girls and has been riding for 1 year. So there's also a bit of a lineup there of the bikes set up on some swings, and a picture of Madison there sitting on a bike at Lilydale Starting Hill, and another one that looks very happy about it. So
it's good to see the whole family get in on the action.
It is good, isn't it? Actual fact, we've got some more entries from this family that we're carrying over for next week, aren't we, Shane?
I believe so, yep.
Yeah, so that's fantastic. The whole family's got involved, including Mum. But it is good to see a winner of a competition like that making use out of the prize. And again, we appreciate the support shown by Redline Australia. That's another lineup of the bikes that they've got in their stable. Okay. Here you go.
So this is Seth Sunnison. There's quite a few sons in that surname. He's from Mandurah. So Mandurah's in Western Australia. The details are it's an Avanti junior frame with Avanti chromoly forks, and the wheels have Alienation ankle biter rims. My dad bought it for me because I wanted to start racing BMX. I like my bike because it's light, fast, and good to ride. And he looks very happy with it. That thumbs up sort of gives it all away, doesn't it?
Yeah, certainly.
He loves the thumbs up.
Good bit of balancing too, by the looks of things. It almost looks like he's suspended in the air, even though he's standing on the asphalt.
It does actually. It's a weird sort of setup.
Yeah. Well, yeah, very good.
All right. So thanks everyone for sending those photos and the descriptions in and taking the time. We do really appreciate it. If you want to enter in the future, all you need to do is type into your browser ecitv.com.au/bike and just fill out the form. It's very, very easy. So who do you think is the winner of this week's Answer BMX Show Us Your Bike competition, Gary?
I don't know. I'm looking at that and I'm thinking, yeah, I'm leaning towards Alex Pendergast, only because an Answer BMX number plate would look pretty trick on that bike. Look, there's some great entries, don't get me wrong. But yeah, I think I'll go with Alex on that. He looks pretty chuffed.
I reckon he'd be even more chuffed if he colour matched that number plate. Can you get blue ones?
We'll work something out.
All right, sounds good.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Alex, and of course, thank you everyone else for sending in your bike pics and details. We really appreciate it and love checking out your bikes.
Now, with that in mind, I just want to let everyone know that, as I've been saying the last few weeks, the T-shirts now have arrived. So there are a lot of winners out there that haven't received their prize package. It'll be going out this week. So we apologise, but yeah, we just got cleaned out of smaller size shirts. So if you have been fortunate enough to win Answer Show Us Your Bike competition, you will be getting your prize pack within about a week.
Awesome. So that's bringing our show to a close again.
It certainly is. So thank you very much for your time, and thank you everyone for taking your time to watch the show and put entries in for the Answer Show Us Your Bike competition. And hopefully we've brought a little bit of information to everyone about some new products and about what's going on in the world of BMX racing. And hopefully we shall get to a race meeting soon and be able to cover some actual footage of racing.
Sounds like a great idea. Maybe we can just go down to whatever the first club race is that we can get to and start from there.
Might have to do that, I think.
If you would like to keep up to date with everything we do, make sure you've subscribed to ECI Imports at YouTube. It's ECITV BMX on Facebook and Instagram.
Woohoo! That's so hard.
Getting a bit rusty.
All good, mate. Okay, I shall talk to you during the week, and everyone else, we will see you next weekend sometime.
See ya.
Stay safe out there. Cheers.
Else, make sure you subscribe to ECI Imports at Facebook. No, I've messed it up. And it's ECIBMX TV. Far out, I've messed that up too. It's
You know what? We'll probably just put it all on the screen here, and you can just go to them all.
Well, let me say it. I'll get it right.
You reckon?
Yeah. So, Alien Nation.
Got a rotten cold sore at the moment.
I noticed that in the interview.
See, I got some what is it called? Hidden stuff. I don't know. What do you call it? Whatever. Ladies makeup. I borrowed it from Sean.
I forgot.
Okay, let's see if we can get across to share a screen and see if I can do this correctly and all that sort of stuff. And share screen, start sharing. Oh, just like a professional now. Look at that. Fantastic.
It's like riding a bike, isn't it?
Little bobblehead.